Skidly lum doo day. Skidly lum doo da. Diddly lum doo day. Diddly lum doo. The second spell? What? It's really weird, Commander. Alright, so all the usuals. Doesn't work with fetch lands. Fetch land MDFC? Oh, it works there. All the fetch lands except the green-red one. Oh. Oh, dang it. Ugh. Oh, wait. There we go. Can I play in stone? Kind of? It sort of works. When it comes to card advantage, it's like really good, but it costs 7. What do you actually try to accomplish here? My commander's not gonna be very useful, is it? Whew. I don't think it is. Cat Warlock? It's not a human? Yuki. Do I Cavern? Cavern doesn't seem like... Alright, whatever. I think Mox is fine. It is really good. This is probably worth it. What else are we doing here? The problem is it wants you to cast spells that are like too expensive for Historic Brawl. Sorin is 20. Beginning of your end step, you've lost more life. Whenever you cast... Beginning of your end step, if you... Okay, it's kind of hard to flip Sorin. It also doesn't necessarily win. Three-mana counterspells are actually pretty solid here. That's kind of interesting. I don't normally play those. Narset's plus, and that's about it. Would I play Narset for the plus infinitely? No. Oh, D-Spark. Kind of like Fracture. I don't have to play it. There's just a lot of better options, I think. Anguished. Probably Utter End. Oof. What was I doing? Oh, yeah. This is sort of the same thing. Sometimes better, sometimes worse. I think Utter End is a card. technically Tessa can win as like just this thing you play and then you just set it and forget it. But if I run board wipes, it's not really that great. I don't know. Is this still a mythic? Oh, tragic. Love that card. Kaya's a bit expensive. I'm not going to be playing Mana Rocks. This is kind of expensive. Do I need it? I like the 0. I like the plus kind of. The -3 is fine too. I mean, everything it's doing is okay. Yeah, it just costs a lot of mana. Drone. Frog. Ashiok is cool. Both Ashioks are kind of cool. This one less so. I like this one though. Cost 3 mana. They do not have to be... It can be Mana Rocks and stuff, like the One Ring. Palantir. Blastus Edict, maybe? Witch Enchanter. Bitter. The problem is paying 3 life is just ugly, because I want to pay 4 life. Beginning of each end step, player lost 4 life. Oof, this is not going to trigger, is it? Necropotence technically does it. So does Griselbrand. Wait, what? Oh, Ward pay 7, alright. Staff is on the draw? Okay, Staff does it. That's kind of neat. I like that. Bolus's Citadel seems kind of weird with, like, anything counterspell centric, but it technically would do it too. This does it twice. It's a lot of mana for not much. Each end step? Each end step, so my opponent's turn as well. Okay. I don't like my life paying options here. Shieldred? Reanimate? Thoughtseize? Probably Duress? Possibly. Do I like Grief? Kinda. Kinda. What's the Esper I win the game combo? Don't tell me there isn't one. There definitely is. Ghostly Prison. Oh, it's still a mythic. Oh, it's so good here. Well, I shouldn't say it's so good here, but this would be a deck I'd put it in. Idyllic Tutor. Overwhelming Splendor can be a win condition. I don't hate that. Flare as just cancel. I think that's fine. 3-minute counterspells are okay. Midnight Clock is weird. I don't think I like this. Rhystic Study is also weird. Yeah. Don't think I can do a triple black card. Can't even say I care too much about what that card does anyways. Grim Tutor. Murderous Rider, sure. Phyrexian Arena helps with losing life. This is 3-minute draw 3? I don't really care about that. Oh, so does Treacherous Blessing. Seems like going all in on something that doesn't matter too much is just not a good idea, though. And I just end up killing myself with the card. I see Kaya as an option. Wait. Yeah, this one. It's okay. Another card you don't get to play too much. The -1 is like at an all-time high in terms of value and stuff. Still not looking to play Mana Rocks. I could play Mana Rocks, but I don't know if I really want to. It's kind of hard. Divine Purge is cool. More board wipes, more counter spells. Wait, speaking of counter spells, where... Brazen Bar is a 3-minute card, but only on the creature side. I mean, it pokes my opponent. It doesn't poke him for 4. Oh, there's not a lot of rarer counter spells, huh? Thought there'd be more. Choice is cool. Exclude is cool. Kind of. Urtize. Solve. Huh? Brain Surge. Ooh. Oh yeah, Brain Surge means Brainstorm. Boop. And then let's just stick to 3-minute cards in some fashion. Ideally instant speed cards. Disallow. What's the better Supreme Verdict that I can never remember? I can... not Supreme Verdict, Supreme Will. The other Supreme Will. Never remember. won't remember tomorrow either. Oh, I forgot about Discover the Impossible. I remember people saying this was going to be insane. It was like the top 5, exile 1 face down, put the rest in random order. You may cast the exile card. Yeah, you just get it for free if it's cheap enough. That's kind of cool, but I mean, we're not looking to... Where's this stupid card? Come on. There it is. Confounding Riddle. Top 4, put 1 to your hand, counter spells, pay 4. It's like the same thing, except it's 4 instead of 3, and for some reason the options are swapped. Oh, I just had an idea, now it's gone. Right. I at least want Supreme Verdict in here. I mean, I keep saying Supreme Verdict. Why am I doing that? I want Overwhelming Splendor as an out. The 1-mana Frogifies. Can't really get too upset with those ones. Same with the white ones as well. Do I have enough card advantage? I don't know. Do I need Supreme Verdict? 1 sweeper's a little... No, I have 2. I think Kai is slightly unrealistic, to be honest, but it's okay when it works. More spot removal is probably a good idea. Sheoldred's Edict could just be, well, spot removal. I don't have Fatal Push or Cut Down yet. I'm gonna want those. Do I want Esper Sentinel? I think turn 1 Esper Sentinel is really good, so it's okay. But it is a creature, if I don't have a ton of them. Well, my commander's already a Lightning Rod. Is it, though? Actually, my commander, fundamentally, it's not actually that scary. It's not that scary. Yeah, I'm going to want Fatal Push. Probably do want Cut Down. And then we'll go from there. Oh, I have Blasphemous Edict. Alright, yeah, that was more than I thought. Supreme Verdict probably should be in here. Some form... wait, what is it? Stock Up as well? Yeah, Stock Up. Okay, Sheoldred actually not looking too crazy. It does kind of irritate your opponent, but I'm not, like, heavy set. I don't have Gristlebrand or anything crazy. What card did I say? Stock Up. Stock Up, and then 1 or 2 Delve cards. At least Treasure Cruise. I've kind of always preferred Dig Through Time in decks like these. But people swear by Treasure Cruise. Both are actually viable. We have all the fetch lands in the world. Most of our spells go straight to the graveyard after being cast. There's a lot of that going on. Alright, yeah, Kaya doesn't look like it makes sense anymore. It's also not easy. It's just not free to cast it. It's like double of 2 colors. That I don't always have. Well, the 3 slot looks good. That's for sure. Utter End might just be fundamentally unnecessary. It is a 4-mana uh-oh SpaghettiOs button. Alright, Tessa looks weird. I don't know if it's the type of clock we're looking for. It could just be some kind of planeswalker that does something moderately similar, like Davriel or something. I can shave a land. There's a ton of MDSCs in here. What is it looking like? Mostly black and blue? Wait. Yeah. A fair amount of double blue, though. Some double black. Not really any double white. Get Lost is another good one. I mean, there's a bunch of options. Yeah, alright, let's just not run Utter End. It's weird to play that and still just not have Get Lost in here. Alright. Alright. Let's... That actually... That's not too bad. Alright. Let's start here. I kind of like this. We're here with Y'shtola, Knights Blessed. 4-mana 2/4. Vigilance. At the beginning of each end step. So each end step, not just your own. If a player lost 4 or more life, you draw. So you can lose life on your own turn and draw. You can make your opponent lose life on their turn and draw somehow. With like Shieldred or something. I don't know. And then... Or just your opponent playing like fetch lands or their own Toxic Deluge, I guess. But that would probably actually kill this, so that doesn't matter. And then the bottom part is whenever you cast a non-creature spell with mana value 3 or greater, you steal 2 life from your opponent. This is kind of weird. It's like the Jin-Gitaxias that like wants you to play 3 drops or whatever, and then turns into a Saga thing. Wait, where this one? It's like cast stuff, draw cards. This commander is very straightforward, Jin-Gitaxias, and it just casts the 3-mana counterspells all day. It does have a lot of 1 and 2 mana spells, though, because you can't just go mono 3. You'll just immediately lose every single game, so you have to, have something else to do. And this thing flipping is also kind of scary. It also does a pretty good job at protecting itself. So this is just solid. It is mono blue, right? It doesn't have all like the really good black and white spells and whatnot, but still very good. It's kind of the closest thing I feel like I could compare this to, unless there's something else I'm not thinking about. Maybe the Esper Fairy Commanders. I can't even remember what it does, but this is really awkward. I'm just going to say that up front. It's definitely just an Esper control thing, but like it's got some awkward things about it, and when you play it, you're not going to do too good of a job at defending it, so it's kind of hard to just play it on turn 4 or whatever, and then just pass and expect this to do anything. It is a sort of a lightning rod, however, it's not actually that scary. Like, you play this, and your opponent kind of doesn't care that much. I've beaten this commander when it's just been sitting in play. I've played against it a lot where they just straight up did not cast it. So it's just weird, which is unfortunate, and a reason why I have just never played it yet. I just burned my my mythic on it, so hopefully it's not too miserable. But yeah, it's definitely not the craziest thing in the game. So yeah, it's got the 3-drop city, because that's what you want to be doing. It has to be non-creature spell as well, which is unfortunate. It's already highly restrictive at pulling off like anything, so it's kind of sad that you can't play creatures and trigger the bottom part. I would much prefer the bottom part drew cards than stole 2 life. It's weird to do some sort of life-based thing that then doesn't like pressure your opponent realistically, right? There are, again, some cards that do drain your opponent's life total in a significant fashion outside of creatures. You can still run some amount of creatures that are solid and whatnot to do something scary to your opponent's face, like Esper beatdown stuff, and then splash in some spells that trigger the bottom part or whatever. But I don't know. The top part, drawing cards, is nice. I will say that. But again, unless you have a bunch of creatures and they probably want to fly, I don't expect my opponent to lose that. So ideally, we're trying to lose it on our own turn, which for a lot of opponents actually kind of helps them out. So I'm not sure. I might actually just have to play Shieldred, the Whispering one, or whatever, or, the 4-mana $500 one, the Apocalypse, just to have that thing offset things like the One Ring and me playing stuff that pays life to simply draw a card. Again, there's actually not a lot of cards in the game that make you lose 4 life on your own turn. You can go fetch land, shock land. You can't do that infinitely. There's only so many fetches and shock lands to lose 3 life, and then you would need another way to lose 1 more. For like Phyrexian Arena. A really good one is Staff. You just pay 4 and draw a card. this does run out of control rather quickly. It's not the same as something like Palantir, but I don't know. It's just awkward. Even with a creature package, it still feels rather awkward. I looked at lists on EDHREC. It seems like the more popular thing to do is play the least creature sort of thing going on. But in paper, you have better options. Like Snuff Out is just really good. And let me just triple check. It's not in this. Is it in the game? I don't think Snuff. Yeah, Snuff Out's not in the game. It's a just pay for life, Doomblade kind of, or Terror or whatever. It's just pay for life for free. It doesn't have a mana cost. It's exactly what you're looking for with a commander like this, but just don't really have a lot of options. You can do weird things like Necropotence and stuff. You could do that. It's triple black, right? But we have Dark Ritual, I suppose, sometimes. That could be a line. I don't know if I like it too much. I kind of don't. I haven't actually liked Necropotence in quite a while. I haven't even seen a Necropotence in quite a while, so... Alright, let's just see what happens. Those are the words. I don't even know what my quest is. I'll look next time. If I remember. Alright, Gitrog. Did I add Cut Down? Shoot, I know I added Fatal Push. I can't remember if I added Cut Down. Duress, not the greatest against... Well, I mean, it's not the greatest against a wide range of things, but, I mean, it's in my hand. I'm going to cast it. Yeah, there it is, being completely dead and useless, as per usual, against anything that is green. This hand would have actually been excellent if this was Fatal Push, Cut Down, Swords, Plowshares. This hand would have been solid, and now it's just kind of like completely terrible. But I took that risk, even though I called out what would happen, and that actually happened. There's no 3-drop, at least. If there was a 3-drop, it'd probably be Lights Out. So, I need a land. I'm not really sure... I mean, I could actually just full stop and get Toxic Deluge here. I might just have to do that. Yeah, to get back in the game. I've already, like, 1-for-0'd myself, so... Probably the only, like, really good viable way to get back in the game. They did not use this fetch land on their own turn. They could have done that. Just didn't do it. I don't think we're gonna win this though. The first thing I need to do is draw a land. I'm just not surviving if I don't do that. Okay. Just pretend like my opponent cares about this. It's unbelievable how little they have going on. It's just the ripple effect of not dealing with my opponent's cards. Alright, another thing. They play Gitrog Monster, I lose though. Wait, what? Oh, okay, sure. Holy lands, Batman. Alright, so if I play this, I lose to... No, we just lose. Alright, yeah. I just shouldn't have kept it, I guess. Again, it's Duress needed to be useful, and against green, it's probably never useful. Green is the most seen color. And I actually lost to an incredibly slow opener. But, I mean, missing lands is not going to help me. I didn't shave a land, right? No, I think I'm at a flat 40. Yeah, I didn't actually end up touching the lands. And there's a bunch of MDFCs in here too, so... What the heck is this? Enters, bounce something, exile it, flip it as weird thing, tap lands. Really weird card? Okay. This is keepable. So, there you go. Okay, a lot of islands. Very contrasting situation from last time there. I wonder if they just cast their commander. Nope, okay. I kind of didn't expect that, but it would have been funny. Alright, well now we're in this position, which my opponent is probably very comfortable with. It would make sense. Yep. That's okay with me. They're not incentivized. No one's really incentivized to do anything until, like, someone misses their land drop or something. There's just no reason to be the first one to get blown out. Alright, they do miss their land drop, but they do not use that opportunity to do anything, so... Now, to be fair, I actually did not have a counterspell up until 2 seconds ago. Do I care at all about this card? I kind of do, unfortunately. I kind of do care about this. They did not activate in response. Oh, you love to see him fight over card draw. I would not fight over stock up here. Sure. Yep. And then Toxic Deluge for 2? No, we can just pass. This doesn't do anything else, right? Nope. They didn't bargain it. Like, oh no, they couldn't have bargained it. Okay. I'm gonna just take that. Yeah, we're gonna just take that. It costs 4 to cast? Okay. Finally found a land. I don't have to make any kind of move. There's no downside to just casting this? Yeah, this forces my opponent to tap out, and they probably don't want to do that. Them countering card draw here is just really weird to me. I feel like it's strange. Like, you know my hand is just full of card draw stuff, so it's just kind of strange. Yeah, this is interesting. I can just recast it. They know I can recast it as well. Alright, so we can cast Stock Up. We can probably play this as a land. I can play my commander. Alright, let's play this for 2. Oh, well, go figure. Play Y'shtola? Because it actually triggers. and that could matter. And I'm also not just cleanly dead here, so okay. Ancient Tomb has not been doing me too many favors. They drew a land for the turn. Okay, sure. Surprising. It's just cast trigger, right? Alright, so we are sort of safe through stuff. Yep. Because I don't die. Opponent has Subtlety. Enters target creature's planeswalker spell, so you can keep that. And then I just pass? Well, they haven't shown me more creatures yet. Doesn't untap. This literally does nothing. Okay. It just doesn't do anything. Sure. That's actually really good. Potentially. I don't know. It could also just not be good. They are going face. I'm not going to make a move here. I can just hang out at 2 life. It's no big deal. Do you have another counterspell? Or another protection balance nonsense? Their card is conveniently 4 damage too, which is just so significant for us. Oh. Okay, well, that was really good. I have to now kill my own commander. Yep. That was really good. So, I can play Jace, and I think I should? Actually, should I? If I play Jace, it gets Subtletied, but that's fine, right? Isn't that fine? No, that's not fine at all. The One Ring isn't going to do much here. We're too low. Stock Up is too much mana. I'm just going to get rid of Stock Up. They draw another land for the turn, sure. Gonna probably hang out at 3 life here. Which is weird in the face of the Subtlety. So, well, I mean, I can't really tap the... Yeah, I just can't tap much anyways, so... I can cast this for like that, and then just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is fine. They keep countering my card draw. Okay, they didn't even try this time. Grief is good with cut down, and Kaya can be good as well, given the situation. Alright, so let's start with Grief. Just not even gonna tap for it. Board presence not really significant to me. And then I let this happen. right? Yeah. Tail's End, the trigger. Show me your hand. I don't care about that. That's gone. Alright, my opponent's hand is not looking great. We will Void Rend this so I don't lose to it. And then cast Jason, lose the game. I can't cast anything, actually. Alright. Ancient Tomb coming in real annoying. Opponent decides that casting their commander is not a good idea. Interesting. I don't have to exile all the creatures at the same time with that. I can play Jace. Actually, maybe I should just cast Brainstorm. Okay, go away, go away. Actually, no, I'm not casting Jace here, so it can go away as well. Play land. Alright. Another perfect 4-2. That's funny. I have to kill it. So, Jace into Brainstorm? My opponent's cards don't stop mine. Alright, No More Lies doesn't do anything, and neither does that technically. Can play this. I can also play my Choice of Fortunes now, because I have protection from Ancient Spaghetti. This is good, but it's too late, and this is totally dead, so... Swords of Plowshares was probably one of the best cards I could have found there. They can't kill either of my cards. Or me, ideally. The Kaya will also eventually become a problem with the amount of life it could just smack. Alright, well, looks like exiling the things I exiled panned out. They did put a 6-mana spell on top of their deck, which we have an answer for. But that is certainly a card that would make me want to not do the things I did. Yeah, we're going to Brainstorm. Because I know the card on top, I can play it around and into it. Shuffle away one of the lands and Duress. Yeah, Duress isn't doing anything. I can cast my commander. Is there another creature? There's mine. They have to be from the same graveyard? They do. Tragic. That's no big deal. We'll go up to 6 pretty easily. And then we cast this. We know our opponent's card that they're drawing. So... do I have to kill my opponent's commander? Flips into target creature can't be blocked. No, I don't have to kill it. So it's 4 unblockable next turn. This is fine, right? Yeah, putting this on top of my opponent's deck is also kind of annoying, I'm sure, because it's just a really bad draw. I'm ideally not dead to this hitting me. There's nothing to do with Brainstorm. I could just bounce their commander. Could just do that. 5. Yeah, let's do this. Let's do that. That gives me a nice cushion here. I can find a removal spell as well. And just do that as, like, just things I can just do. Kind of do whatever I want, honestly. Yeah, we can get Treasure Cruise here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ooh, I might have missed a lot of damage with the Kaya. Kind of did that in a weird order. Now I found an answer. Okay, I think we've done it. We've turned the corner here. Yeah, we've turned the corner. This game's over. Very interesting game, though. I like my opponent's deck. Very good game. But now it's just like nothing you can do. Sure. Well, hey, they're not giving up. Opponent is not done. I can respect that. Okay, yeah, no, they they can see it now. That was the crucial moment right there. Very interesting game. Very interesting game. It was kind of funny that my opponent's creatures had 4 power, so I was drawing a bunch of cards with my commander. There was a window where it was getting kind of scary. I do not at all agree with their choice here. You can't really, at this point in the game, Mystic Sanctuary a 6-drop and then have that be the only thing you're doing, because your opponent can just, you know, try to... When your opponent knows it's your draw next turn, it's much easier to respect and play around and stuff. And this doesn't come back with, like, haste or anything, so... And again, I don't think it would have killed me, yeah. But, yeah, Kaya paid a lot of life. The Ancient Tomb got a little scary, though. Alright, cool game. Lunar Convocation? Never heard of it. Making up words. Our commander also did something. Oh, my nose, please. Oh, I looked at this for a second. Beginning of your end step, if you've gained life, opponent loses life. Beginning of your end step, if you've gained and lost life. Make a bet. No. Don't care at all about that. Whatsoever. Do not care at all about some random bat generator. I would just play Bitter Blossom and not have to worry about the weird stuff it's doing. You just play Bitter Blossom if that's something you're interested in. And Bitter Blossom's okay. It's okay. I don't really like it, but it's alright. Against Eshki, this is weird. But I guess it works. Oh, there it is. The old unstoppable nonsense. Excellent. Let's play that. I don't know how they don't just cast their commander. Alright, my opponent doesn't cast their commander. I feel like they probably want it to do that. Do we want the Surveil lands? I didn't really even think to run them. I don't know. Tap lands in a deck like this. Not just free. Okay. 4, 5, 6. Unfortunately, I can't really use this mana too efficiently. Land. Do I want another land? I think I do, because this card isn't doing anything. Alright. 4 mana. I don't care at all about this card. Alright, kind of a low power mana drain, but hey, at least the game goes on, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, let's not let that resolve. This is another Eshki player that just doesn't cast Eshki for some reason. There was a window for them to do it, and they just didn't do it. Yeah, we'll actually play this. If I don't play it now, it's only going to get harder to play, so I'll just do it now. Eshki player with Tatlands. Weird. Eshki, sure. Okay, they just had that sequence chilling in their hand, I guess. Alright, so Blasphemous Edict. Alright, you're down to 1 card in your hand. Make that 0 cards. Sylvan Primordial? Wow. Let's draw. Opponent gets a forest off this, right? Sylvan Primordial, that's funny. So a land here would be very nice. Okay, we did get it. So now I can go here and probably just win. Don't you dare. Did you actually draw Boseiju? No way. Okay. Alright, well, I guess I'll have it. You'll have it. Oh, come on. Are you serious? No way. Alright, commit. I'm less upset about that one. Still ridiculous. Still redonkulonk. I don't know what that card's doing in my opponent's deck, but here it is. Being a thing. Alright, so now I am not just winning. Yeah, that was kind of insane. It's each player shuffles their stuff and things? Okay. So I should just do this? One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. I mean, that's just unbelievable. That was probably the best card they could have possibly have drawn. Like in their entire deck, yeah. I can still actually beat it, though. But that is far and away the best thing they could have possibly had. So not even close. Yep, that figures. Into the second best thing you could possibly have, of course. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, yep, there you go. Surely there's no weird answer to this card, and I win the game. I'm sure that's how it works, right? Good sign, good sign. Good sign. Look at that. Look at that. So, Psychic Frog. Cut down. Leave up my stuff. Okay, so now we're maybe back to winning. I don't even know the last time I've seen a commit to memory. That's just so crazy. What does this have hexproof from? Random stuff? Oh. Okay. Just the old I'm all in. Yeah. Cool. Commit to memory. That would have been an insane game to lose. I'm not going to lie to you. It would have been an insane game to lose. After having turned the corner there, that would have been crazy. But yeah, I'd probably cut down one after combat, because that would make the most sense to me. And at this point, it is basically just Boseiju. Or they lose, right? So, nice. They also gave me my commander back by swinging with it. Probably not the best idea. Probably not the best idea. Oh, this reveals my whole hand. That is abysmal. I would rather it not do that. They'll probably take Mana Drain. You probably should take Mana Drain. Everyone under the sun would take Mana Drain. So now we're just hoping it's a combo deck. Is the Hoperino. It looks like so far it is in fact exactly that. There's no secrets, right? We can leave up D-Spark for no real reason. Sure. Sure. This is interesting. So it's not turn whatever, Stick Fingers. I feel like this is a very bad matchup for Stick Fingers. I mean, if they're contemplating one of these, it's just not looking too good for them. Yeah. Okay, that's a card. Blue and black. Let's not show them the Scalding Tarn. Of course they have this land. Why not? It's like the best thing in the universe here. Yeah, I'm probably going to lose to this land, actually. Or it's just a good thing. It's a really good thing for them to have here. They did it for 2 instead of 3. So it is, in fact, said combo. Okay. Okay. Could have done this next turn. I don't know why they did it now. Probably getting another discard spell, actually. And then this has, what, ward, sack 2 permanents? Can I win beyond that idea? I don't know. I'm gonna find out basically right away. I don't know if I can beat the stuff that they've got going on. Okay, do you also have Reanimate? That's your last card, is Reanimate? Okay, the opponent's last card is not Reanimate, it's just going to get Reanimate. They've literally cast 12 discard spells. Alright, well, that's how you beat me, I guess. Yep, I don't know. Cool. They drew literally no removal spells, just mono discard spells. There were no dead cards at all in my opponent's entire opening hand or anything. Every single card mattered. So, guess that's game. It still feels like a completely free matchup most of the time. Not when they have just 5 discard spells, though. Well, they need 5 discard spells, and they need a way to win the game. Which they had. Yeah, if any one of the... They needed every single card they cast. If any of those cards were anything else, we were completely fine. They needed the exact amount that they had there. And sometimes that just happens. Honestly, even if I drew my own Reanimate, we just win. Like, if I draw Reanimate, I straight up win the game. Well, that's significant. Veil of Summer? What? Okay, well, opponent's hand is kind of terrible. See if I can't capitalize on that. They do not put it on top of their deck. Interesting. Do I have to take Fatal Push? No, they need a way to trigger Revolt here. They don't have it in hand. From what I can see. This takes that. I can't cast Grief because of Veil of Summer. They can block and then Fatal Push, so I can't swing. This is not enough. Maybe I should still cast Grief. No, that's stupid. That's actually just stupid. Alright. Okay, it's kind of a god tier top deck, but fair enough. Tracks, I suppose. Yeah, we'll look at the Surveillance after. This is target opponent, right? Yeah, I can't grief them. Solve the equation. What on earth is that doing? Killing Delighted Halfling seems kind of weird, but... how many cards are in my graveyard? I can cast Treasure Cruise. I think what I need is something like this. Because one single card is not going to do anything. So, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, the One Ring was just probably the best draw. Like, full stop. It's probably just the best draw they could have had. It stops me from doing anything with my commander. And it outdraws me like 6 ways of Sunday. Okay, I have my own ring. Green decks utilize it far more efficiently than I do, but who knows. Maybe I can still play the game. They don't have a land to go with their Gitrog monster. And even if they do, they need multiple lands like in one juncture to have that really matter. Oh, they found a fetch land too, so there's Revolt for Fatal Push. Excellent. I can cast Blasphemous Edict now, but the One Ring still will just completely solo me. Oh, and they also have Veil of Summer left up. Yeah, it's just everything is absolute perfection for him. There's nothing I can do here. I'm losing in every single avenue. Losing, losing, losing. Can I cast my... No, I can't cast that first, huh? Alright, well, I have to do this, so... I have a choice. You didn't know Bitter Blossoms in Arena? That's funny. So they're gonna take the One Ring here. Wait, what? Oh, I thought they didn't for a second. Yeah, I'm just gonna lose. I should probably just concede. My commander has Vigilance. I mean, could I have swung that turn? It doesn't matter, but I guess I could have. So... I was trying to play around Revolt, because if they block with Delighted Halfling, they just get Revolt for free, and I lose my commander, so... Perfect strip mine? Oh, not quite. Oh, they also go to discard. If they discarded a land, they could just spam land discard, and I lose that way too. Cool. That was fun. I'm glad the One Ring's in the game. This was, again, just the best thing my opponent could have possibly top decked, and they did, so. Cool. I can probably play at least the first Surveil land. Maybe they're all okay. I'm not terribly excited about them, but maybe they're all just fine. There's nothing I wanted to change yet. Like River's Rebuke, Cyclonic Rift could maybe come in here. Or at least Cyclonic Rift, maybe not River's Rebuke. I don't feel bad about the 2 Delve spells yet. Also, half my opponents have just been the same commander. Let's see. On the draw with, like, nothing for 6 years, let's see what happens. There's a lot of good things that could happen with Brainstorm here. Okay, or I can just lose to 1 into 3, just like the past 3 games. I don't think Dark Ritualing Palantir does anything. Ah, yes. 1 into 3. Very fun. 1 into 3 on the play. I would argue that it is basically always an auto loss. It is almost 0% chance I win that game from there. I have like I just have a land in play, and my opponent is casting 5 drops. I guess it doesn't make sense. It's not even playing the same format when that happens, really. I haven't had a Mox game, but I have had an Ancient Tomb. Okay, I guess every other game is Gitrog Monster today. Just Gitrog Monster for days, sure. Well, can't cast Y'shtola off this mana, but that's probably okay. I mean, it's not really okay. They're on the play, too. I don't think I like this. Oh, this is a lot better. Alright, 1 into 3 on the play. Fun. I'm gonna Duress. Tireless Provisioner on turn 2 on the play. Game's over. Fun. Very fun. What the heck is Ritual Orb? Oh, you mean Ritual into Palantir. Oh. I'm like, is Ritual Orb a card? I got confused. What are my outs to Ujin? Can I even beat this? Actually, I don't even know. I don't have any colorless win conditions, and I'm not sure how many times I can counter Ujin before, like, I just lose to an Eldrazi. So, I don't know. And, of course, just like the past 12 commanders, they just have a ramp spell immediately. Alright, over it. I don't think I can beat that. There's just no colorless win conditions. I can play literally 25 turns. I don't have a... there's no out. I can't play Teferi and take 5 turns in a row or something. My commander's not going to kill them. Like, at all. It's just never going to kill my opponent. It is never going to kill my opponent, so... I just don't have anything I can do. Palantir wouldn't do it either. They just let me draw and actually just deck out. I could actually draw 25 cards off of Palantir, and they would not care. I can keep it off the battlefield, but still, it doesn't stop Eldrazi. Yeah, it might truly be an auto loss. Sometimes that happens, though. I just have to take it. It might just be a true auto loss. Not a good sign. But it is what it is. I already made my peace with that. It's no big deal. Every single opponent has had a 1-drop. Oh, not this one, though. Look at that. So, I can play Esper Sentinel and then kind of have it do, like, nothing. Might wind up doing that here. I think that's okay. I don't really want to duress this turn, because they're not really gonna... I'm not duressing my opponent's, like, the spell they want to cast here. I'm also doing them a lot of favors with this Ancient Tomb. But who knows? I mean, this is still obscenely good on turn 2 against me. I don't have an answer for it, so... Wow, it's a land destruction spell. Alright, so we can just start getting rid of those. If they do kill my Ancient Tomb, I'm actually not upset with that. Which is really funny. That is funny. I kind of prefer if they kill that over the Hallowed Fountain. But it's not likely they kill the Hallowed Fountain. Very, very unlikely. Well, I mean, you're running the land destruction spells to cast them, and Ancient Tomb is a huge bait. So this is like... I don't know how you don't just snap this off. Yeah, I don't know what they were thinking about there. As for Sentinel, seems like it was a good idea as well in the long run here. What do you have, Flare? What? What are you doing? I'm terribly confused about this, but it's a thing my opponent did, so. It's my only black source, other than my thing over here. Okay, that was a really good draw, too. Yeah. Okay, so simply making treasure tokens means I can't get blown out. And now a lot of my opponent's spells might be totally dead, because I just make infinite treasure tokens. Ancient Tomb is no longer dealing all the damage to me either, so... Opponent is 60 years old? What do you mean? I actually don't know when you said that. There's very few things that I'm terribly concerned with. That is not one of them. Alright, Y'shtola, get in there. Do stuff. I can draw maybe once or twice with the Y'shtola. Do we think my opponent just instantly gets Strip Mine here? Is that what they do? They just get Strip Mine? Again, I mean, with the black market, I don't care. How much life is it? Ugh, making the 3-2. They actually do get Strip Mine. Wow, that's funny. Alright, so this is, again, kind of just okay. Especially if I continuously draw lands. We'll draw once with this. Like that. Is there anything to reanimate? Nope. Oh wow, I can actually cast this too. So, you... I don't think I want that. It's also a bit hard to cast. I maybe wanted to make a single 3-2. That might have been a mistake. I probably did want to make a 3-2 there. Yeah. Just a single 3-2 in that spot, I think was the right idea. Do I cast the Dig Through Time with the treasure token? I kind of just don't think I want to do that. So I'm not. Alright, I'm going to risk it. I'm going to make a single 3-2. I'm going to risk it. Should have done it last turn. Doing it now. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Flare is an uh-oh SpaghettiOs button. And more counter spells are always fine. Let's play this. This is interesting. It's a land and a spell that helps me find spells and triggers my commander, so that's fine. Alright, I'm feeling really good about this spot. And the treasure tokens are a significant portion to that logic. The ramp spells are now kind of weird. I don't know what they're doing in my opponent's deck. I feel like they're just strange. I feel like they're strange here. Never in a million years would I make a move on that. Yeah, alright. There's just nothing... Unless you, like, really stop, just with all land destruction strategies, unless you stop your opponent in their tracks with the land destruction spells, if you just don't do that, your opponent, it just doesn't care. And then the rest of the ones in your deck look really bad. Right, if you don't upfront stop your opponent, now you have a bunch of these as top decks, and they just don't do anything at all at this point in the game. They're just very, very, very difficult to get away with land destruction. And it's even more difficult because the vast majority of your opponents are actually green decks, and green just doesn't care really that much about the first land destruction spell, and most of the times, therefore, won't care about the rest of them. So it's just not looking too good for the land destruction enjoyers out there. Bro, my nose won't stop dying. It's always my left nostril too. My right nostril's fine. It's just my left one just hates me for some reason. Okay, it's our first Tifa opponent. I don't have, like, Shieldred's Edict. There's not much that's amazing against Tifa. I am on the play. That is quite significant. Okay, we'll keep this and see what happens. Let's play this as my land. I don't really hate playing against Tifa. Do they have a 1-drop? Everyone else does. Of course they do. It's not the good one, but it's still a 1-drop. Am I going to shock myself? I probably should shock myself. Because even if I have nothing, it would just put it in my opponent's head that there's a possibility that I have something. Okay, well. Let's play the Psychic Frog? Yeah. Psychic Frog here. Wait a minute. Yeah, we're playing Psychic Frog. Does my opponent respect Wash Away? I highly doubt it. I've noticed a lot of people actually do not respect Wash Away. Okay, well, if they had Wash Away, I mean, they didn't play it. It's pretty easy to always just go to combat with Psychic Frog. And just see what happens. Yeah. Figured as much. That was a decent draw, so now I could just pass. I'm still not in, like, this awesome spot, but I'm not in the losing spot, I guess. I'm balancing on a weird knife's edge. If a creature would explore, scry 1. When this enchantment explores, land you control enters 7 or more, flip it. Top card, reveal a creature among them into spaghetti. I'm gonna stop that from existing. No, it seems like a mistake to even attempt to stop that, actually. I'm just not gonna stop that. Adventuring Gear. Okay. Sure. No. Unfortunately, I have to take this. I can't make a move until later. I have to make the move on the end step. Can't do it now. Or before. Okay, so land, we can swing again. It's always swinging. Well, this is the power of Psychic Frog. Alright, so I can tutor up that card. And I think I will. Yeah, I can't play Overwhelming Splendor this game. Let's just get this. And then pass. Oh, I mistapped. I mistapped. Okay, that was a mistake there for sure. Yeah, that was a mistake. Well, they didn't get... The opponent just didn't get strip mine there, which would have been kind of problematic. Okay. Doesn't that just kill my opponent's card? Was that just a massive mistake? I mean, maybe not, but I don't know if I completely agree with what my opponent just did. Okie dokie. So, go to do this, see what happens. Play Teferi, win game. Alright, I mean, this is excellent. I can sort of lose if that 2-4 kills me. So maybe I could take a turn off from attacking. Okay, this looks really suspect, but this is really good if it works out. I could have simply minused here as well, but no, I'm always plus. This stops me from dying to the Chocobo if something really crazy were to happen. Which, again, not super likely. Might as well respect it. It also defends Teferi. That is arguably extremely significant. I can swing with Psychic Frog now, and I can pitch some cards to it. It's still just a free block on the 2-4 though. Lose these 2 cards. That's actually fine though. Yeah, because that kills the Chocobo. Or they could just simply not block. That works as well. Okay. I could have pitched 2 cards anyways. I could have pitched 2 cards anyways. Alright, get wrecked. Look at that. Look at that. Get Schmieda. Yep. A Tifa player that didn't go for Tifa, but I don't know what it is with Tifa, but they always have Bristly Bill or that other Cub thing. It's always a 2-minute 2-2, that the landfall 1-1 counter card. Always have it, but I had the answer this time, and yeah, like that. Just did it. Just did stuff, and it worked. You don't like Absorb? To be fair, I kind of don't like it either. To be fair. You really like Absorb? Why? It's just like worse than Cancel. Yeah, we can leave with an island. Wow, that's... Okay. Sometimes they do that. So, Cultivate, Mossborn... Oh, look, it's one of the cards I always talk about. Crazy, huh? Let's take the Mossborn Hydra. I mean, it's just 3 life. It's only 3 life. I don't know. Absorb is not really that good. It's not really good at all to me. It probably should just be a different counterspell. Alright, so... I can Dark Ritual to Fairy, and then I can't really do anything else. And that doesn't feel too great for... They can actually kill it, too. So that doesn't really feel great. What if I just played Psychic Frog? Yeah, what if we just played this and passed? Okay. It can technically keep up with the stuff my opponent may or may not do. Did they draw a land? Well, doesn't look like they did. Well, they can't attack me, so... That's a land. Can play Teferi now. It's a tap land, though, so... I'm still gonna play Teferi, it's just... There's no way I don't play this. Okay. A weird spot, but I guess I do actually counter a... Okay, now I just can't counter it. Yeah, I cannot counterspell this now. Okay. So now I'm looking for... You just go face? What on earth? Does this make indestructible? No? Don't... I can't mentally wrap my head around why they did that, but that's what my opponent did. Letting me untap with Teferi is kind of insane. I can find a counterspell to shore up issues. I mean, I sort of... No, a hard counter is fine. I can also find a sweeper. I don't believe there's any single card my opponent could possibly draw that makes me lose. Right? Scapeshift... Scapeshift is problematic. No, I'm just gonna get my Edict here. Is there something they can do that I'm not aware of? Yeah, we're just getting Blasphemous Edict. I'm playing you. There's no real attack. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So, block Tifa? 14, 15... Oh, wait, 14? 15? There is no dying here? Yep. They don't recast Tifa. It wouldn't make any sense. Okay, they figured it out. The not killing Teferi thing to me is really weird. I know you like just desperately don't want me to live, but Teferi is just winning the game. So I don't really know what's up with that. Very strange to me. There's no real attack. I'm not gonna spam my entire hand just to draw a card with it, so... Adventuring gear. Okay. Well, now the game is just completely over. Unless they draw something completely impossible. I don't even have to counter it, but I might as well. Yeah. Yeah, there's just not anything they can do. Once you turn the corner like that, it's over. This game, full stop, would probably have continued if they just killed Teferi. I'm not saying they're in a good spot, but, like, you don't win the game by just trying to push lethal damage, unless the damage is actually lethal, and it just wasn't. So... really, really don't agree with that. But again, if this was dead, I'm not sure what this game looks like. It would look different, though. It wasn't like I just won because I took 10 less damage or something, right? I mean, I could take 24 damage. So I think they really needed to kill Teferi, or at least tried to kill Teferi. And that definitely puts a clock on things, right? Because this will just win. When it ultimates, and not even just plussing it, just winning, so kind of weird. Alright, what hasn't worked out? I will say the Blasphemous Act has worked out, so maybe Supreme Verdict could slide in here somehow? What card really just hasn't done much? I guess D-Spark hasn't done too much. Oh yeah, I probably should change Absorb for like a better counterspell. Yeah, let's turn D-Spark into Supreme Verdict. And what do we have for counter options that, like, on 3 mana that makes sense? I don't care about Disdainful Stroke. Negate's actually kind of fine. Admiral's Orders is funny. Absorb Energy is funny. I don't think Archmage's Charm... Oh, Archmage's Charm is arguably just straight up better, but it does demand triple blue. I do say I like it more than Absorb. Absorb really should not have been in here. What else? Like, if you're gonna play Absorb, you probably should just simply accept that you're gonna have this weird, highly demanding counterspell. But triple blue is not impossible for this deck, so... 3 Steps Ahead is another interesting one, you know. What's the other thing it does? Oh, no, it doesn't work, though. It doesn't work. Y'shtola only sees a 1-mana spell. It doesn't work. It still works, but I don't have to play it. It doesn't work with Y'shtola. Making an Orc token? Huge. Huge. Neutralize is kind of neat. The Foretell one is funny. Supreme Will is actually just okay, too. I mean, you know, those are all fine. I did put Archmage's Charm in. What is there? 2 planes, and then, like, Ghostly Quarter and the other black-white land. So, pretty easy to cast both Absorb and Archmage Charm here. Ancient Tomb obviously not helping out at all. Oh, that's another thing. Yeah, I can't play Absorb off of Ancient Tomb on turn 3. Oh, there's also Hell's Meld, which I kind of forgot it existed. Probably should play that, especially with Ancient Tomb. It's like, why would I not? At least try it. Duress has been a letdown. Could probably shave Duress. It's just been a letdown. The discard spells in general, I'm not terribly excited about. There wasn't really that many in the deck to begin with. Another board wipe is okay. I know you can Thoughtseize Reanimate, but I'm not worried about that. I have more than enough for my commander's ability. I don't have to play another 3, 4, 5. Could be a cheaper spell. So what's a good spell that costs 1 or 2? That isn't poo poo caca pee pee. 1 or 2 mythic spells. There you go. Pest Control. Have not been convinced to ever play that. Well, wait, what was that other thing? What was this? Okay. Something that doesn't matter. What's my sword's art? Never really thought about that. I have that one. Do we want this thing? Who doesn't like a mouse on their sword? I kind of want this. I kind of actually want to play that. Boop. How do I save? Oh, I have to, like... I haven't seen this one in a while. Yeah, let's upgrade our swords. I like rodents. Rodents are great. No persist. There's a mythic drown in the lock? Huh. What is the art from? I don't know. I actually kind of like it. Let's send that one too. Why not? There we go. More mythics, right? We can LARP as if we're getting mythic rares when we do that. It's a dopamine rush. I crafted a mythic. It says it right there. Jace doesn't work with counter spells, but with the rest of what Jace is doing is okay. I don't like Ledger Shredder. Snapcaster Mage is kind of slow. Uh, Another card draw spell. I don't know. Chain to the Rocks? Yeah, we like Chain to the Rocks. Oh yeah, there's also Get Lost. Okay. We'll do Chain to the Rocks and Get Lost. We'll do those two. Oh hey, it's the mirror. Well, I will learn stuff, I guess, in the mirror. One thing is, this Esper Sentinel is God tier, except I don't have a white source. So it went from, like, amazing to... These are fine, though. I'm just going to keep this. I'm just going to keep it. There's always the chance I find what I'm looking for. But this is definitely not an amazing hand by any stretch. Well, I certainly don't like to see my opponent have an Esper Sentinel. That would be incredibly annoying. Alright, we don't have it. Let's play this tapped. Alright. I mean, we had one idea. See if the idea pans out. I am susceptible to losing on the spot. Of course. Oh, now I am actually legitimately full stop losing on the spot. Casting my commander is completely useless. Yeah, I think I just lost. I'm not beating Phyrexian Arena. The only way I win with it is if we survive 20 turns, and you're not going to. Reliquary Tower? What? Okay, yeah, you got it. Whoop. Yeah, we're just done. I'm already... This is already... Opponent played a 3-minute win the game. It's done. Let's not act like we have any remotely relevant choices or options. Game's done. Not gonna waste my time. They countered my 3-mana card advantage engine. I didn't counter theirs. They win. Well, I guess that's how that mirror pans out. Now we know. Commander I've never seen before. 2 mana, 2/2 damage to a player. Top cards are X as a number of basics, so 2. One in the top, the other bottom. Very strange, very, very strange. But just like the other ones, it's in the best colors in the format, so it might just be in their command zone to have weak opponents. Or it's just a new player with new cards. Who knows? No 1-drop, but still a Botanical Sanctum. Brainstorm? Oh, no. Search for Iskanta? Ooh. Okay. Alright. Alright. There's no exiling my own cards for no reason. I do have delve spells. I mean, the minus... Wait. Target player equal to the number of cards in that player's exile. Yeah, right. Okay, so they do cast their commander. They got rid of a Pick Your Poison. A bit surprising. There's still a 1-mana spell. It appears to be blue. I can't say I'm really at all in any way, shape, or form concerned about my opponent's commander, which is kind of exciting. I don't know. Might mean it does something. Alright, they're not casting it, so I'm just gonna send it. It was a Brainstorm. Alright. Well, they cast it on end step. Can't exile it that way. Not that that really matters, but still. End step Brainstorm, never really upset to see it. I'm still just not a fan of doing this. You do have the Surveil, though, so it is significantly better, but ordinarily I don't like end step Brainstorming. In Legacy, I mean, Legacy is completely different. But I'm sure someone will have that opinion. It's like, what do you mean? Haven't you ever played Murktide in Legacy? It's like, that's not the same. It's not the same. Okay, so far I am convinced it's just blue-green best cards in the game deck, and it has nothing to do with my opponent's commander. They do have a profoundly strong card in play in the form of Wilderness Reclamation. Okay. Don't really care about this. Now I'm getting vibes that it's just like Tatyova. Just feels like it's Tatyova. We can probably attempt that. Yeah, alright, let's cast this. These are both actually just fine. Let's play this? Do I grief here? I don't know. Oh, that's really good. Okay, so now I don't want to grief. Yeah, now we grief later. We grief later here. You've seen this commander a couple times? I have not once seen this. There's no surprises yet. Still just doing the thing that it's... I mean, so far it's literally Tatyova. It's Friday. Chat is calm on Fridays. Everyone else is out getting sauced. Jace is so far really good, and I don't have a lot to do to stop Jace, which is really bad. So. Alright, let's lead with this on Dark Ritual. They just hardcast that. Oh, because Wilderness Reclamation exists. Fascinating. I'm gonna put it to the bottom. I'm now just over it. Let's, do this. So I can stop losing to this card. I'm losing my stuff. Wait, what? Why are you giving me Y'shtola back? What are you doing? I don't understand. Okay, I don't really agree with that, but maybe it makes sense. I guess nothing matters when you have Jace. Yeah, I guess to be fair, nothing at all matters. I'm just literally losing to Jace to Mind Sculptor. I've probably already lost to it. It's drawn 2 cards. It feels like this game's just kind of over. Yeah, I'm just going to be honest with you. It's over. They untap with Jace, and let's be real. It's not over right now, right? The game obviously can play out another, maybe even 12 turns, but I didn't answer this, and they untapped with it. That's just how you lose in these kinds of things. Alright, so it's just blue-green Tatyova, or Tamiyo, so I'll just have to keep that in mind. It's just Tamiyo with a terrible commander, so you just have weaker opponents. Which, to be fair, I did kind of keep my hand with that in mind. Well, rip. It's just Tamiyo. Like the exact same list Tamio would run. Alright, Dark Ritual needs to pull some weight here. I also need to not lose to Delighted Halfling. Do I turn one staff? Ugh, come on. Oh, I can't turn one staff. Alright, never mind. That's so annoying. One card away from being, like, really, really, really good. Yeah, this game actually is categorically different. If this was in my... If we were one card deep. Categorically different game here. Completely different game. If I had it. Solve the Equation is interesting, but I want lands, and I'm kind of looking for planeswalkers and stuff that just... I'm just not looking for a spell. I'm not looking for an instant sorcery right now. I would ideally be looking for one of these two most of the time. Okay, well, it wasn't 1 into 3, but it's, you know, still doing the unimpeded green thing. I can steal this. I don't think I'm going to do that. They keep mousing over their own command tower. I don't really know why. I should probably just not draw here. Maybe that was just wrong. I might not wanted to have drawn there. I'm going to play Y'shtola because I want to, yeah. I know this is kind of suspect, but I'm hoping they just simply cast their commander and I get to actually play the game. As opposed to, you know, my commander dying and then they also play their commander and I lose a game. Kai is just sort of a weird, clunky life gain engine. Oh, they have Fatal Push? Excellent. Looks like my opponent has Fatal Push. Why not? Dismember. Alright, same exact thing. You got it. Yeah, there's a Xerath enjoyer hanging out. This is only creature, right? Yeah. Okay, well, I did play my commander, and it did put me in a losing position because I did so, but like I said, I mean, I kind of want to play my commander once and have it do something. It's only been 3 hours. Oh look, it's Strip Mine. No way. It's done something in, I think, 2 games? I'm sort of back in it if they station all the way. It looks like they do station all the way, so that is helpful for me. Oh, nope, never mind. Okay, they're just doing it post-combat. So, Toxic Deluge is 7, which is a little insane. So I might just have to Blasphemous Edict. I know there's no land in their hand. Yeah. Okay, this also plays around, I don't even know what, but it plays around something. So this could work out. Oh, I'm just dead. They can sacrifice 5 lands, and I'm dead to the commander's ability. Assuming they do it correctly, which they do. Alright, cool. Love it. Well, it wasn't the slowest player, but, you know, is what it is. I've never seen anyone do that before. Yeah, and they also had the perfect answer for Y'shtola. Again. It was mono green with 1 removal spell, which I don't know why that keeps happening every time I get mono green. Mono green with the 1 removal spell. This is a really weird hand, but it does have a turn 3 Jace. Black, ugh. I don't know what this is doing, though. That's a problem. I don't know what this card's doing. Okay, now it got better. Or easier. Another Reliquary Tower player. Still just don't get what's going on with that. I do kind of lose to a counter spell. Yeah, I just straight up lose to a counter. I don't really care, though. Whatever. I'm tired of playing around every single card in the game when I play against every blue-green deck. Yeah, whatever. Like all the blue-green decks just have everything. Suppose I technically don't lose outright, but still not really good here. You Neoform into what? Equal plus. Oh, all right, yeah. What on earth? Huh? I'm so confused. That's definitely a line that you can take in Magic. That loses me the game, so let's not lose to that card, I guess. I mean, this is all telling that there's a land in their hand. I would assume there is, given what they just did. Okay, very strange. I don't know what's going on with that. So let's do... nothing? I have a land for the turn. No, I should be mana efficient. My opponent is anything but mana efficient, so... I mean, my opponent is max mana efficient, so I should match that to some degree. So land, I play this like this, and then I play. I don't want to get into trouble, so I'll just leave the option open. Mana, 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 mana. This is end step, right? Yeah, it's end step. So, treasure token 3-2? Actually, I should just do all of them. I was going to do all of them at least once here. Play Y'shtola. Yeah. Wait, hold on. Let's get a light source. I'm super close to just dying. Not sure what they're thinking about. Opponent is thinking about something. What is this, Stifle? That would be wild. I have no idea what they're thinking about here. People scooped a Tyvar in Standard. Am I winning? What's going on? How am I winning here? I don't know. One, two, three, four. Apparently my opponent thinks I'm winning. I guess. I don't know. I feel like I'm not winning. I feel like I'm not winning, but maybe I am. The Neoform play certainly didn't feel like the right thing to me. But, other than that weird sequence, I don't know if I'm winning this. I'm kind of dying to my own cards. Okay, so if I go 1, 2, 3, 4... cast this. I think I have to do it like this. And then cast, oh, I'll have to shock myself. Come on, game. Go like that. Okay, we do draw. 11 life has been lost. That's insane. Alright. That just stops their Tatyova with the... like, the Lotus cover there. Legion to Ashes? Oh, this card, yeah. 3-mana removal spell, I'll take it. Triggers off of my commander. Alright, I guess we just beat the blue-green Tatyova deck. I'm not sure how, because even a land is, like, fine. So there's fundamentally just no bad cards they could have drawn. They just decided they were over it. Kind of weird. Kind of weird, yeah, they just decided they were over it. I don't really know why. I feel like if they had the Neoform in their hand still, with the Elvish Mystic, they would just be happier. I felt like at no point I was winning this. Okay. Sometimes you just win. Did not ever expect to play against Atraxa. Kind of unfortunate. I'll keep this and speculate that it's a creature deck. And if it isn't, I'll just concede. That works for me. If it's a Super Friends deck, not looking too good here. This has Toxic, right? Yeah, there is nothing I can do about that. I will get toxified. Toxilated. Alright, it's poison. Feels much more beatable than the alternative that is in fact not poison. Oh, this is a removal spell. I don't need a land. Am I playing Ashiok this turn? Let's see, it goes up to 5. They can't kill it if they push damage on it. It also doesn't die via that way either. So yeah, I'll just play it. I exile the land they put on top too. That might matter. I don't know. Maybe they needed it. Who knows? 3 lands right off the top. Alright, not great. I will take... Oh, okay. This makes my decision a little bit easier. Yeah, we're gonna just Toxic Deluge. And then just do something. So I'll do it for 2. What do we hit this time? Infectious Bite and then more lands. Alright. Nice. Tap land, huge. Well, I mean, opponent, I'm gonna plus it away. So, I don't know. They've been staring at this card for a while. I'm just gonna plus it away. Like, it doesn't matter. Alright, apparently it does. Are they just over it? Are they just upset that I killed their creatures? You can't survive the sweeper? I don't, Okay, I guess the first sweeper did them in, and they still went to their turn to play a land? They didn't realize it was tapped or something? And now they can't play Atraxa? Are they just upset they can't play their card? Yeah, I think that's actually what happened. They played a land and thought they could cast their commander, but then it's tapped. And then they're like, oh, rip. I mean, let's be real. If they did cast their commander, we're not remotely concerned about it. But, okay. I'm going to assume that's what happened. Let's see, what was the card? It was Skrelv. Alright. Well, I can just play this? No, I don't even have to, right? Well, my opponent didn't make a move, so I won't make a move. It is what it is. Well, you can play it now, opponent. Why don't you just cast it now? Everything's fine. Alright, 2 people in a row that just threw their phone across the room. Interesting. Alright, yep, it is literally throwing our phone city today. I don't know what is going on. 2 people in a row. Just roping out instead of conceding. I'll play a couple more. These games with a deck like this, I mean, there was that one really good game we had. I probably could just make a video out of that one. Like a 20-minute game. It was crazy. Crazy. No, I didn't think my opponent was toxic. They just threw their phone. Being toxic would be like deliberately roping and not conceding and just continuously roping. Okay. This can work. Can also not work. So we'll see. It currently doesn't work, but that's nothing a few cards in my hand can't change. Okay, so far looking like the exact same thing I was doing. Let's get island. So I do want to play Teferi, because if I don't do it now, it just doesn't do anything later. I'm not going to minus on the Mind Stone. I'm just not going to do that. Oh, that is not stick fingers for 2. Okay. You got it. I'm not going to defend my commander. Is this stick fingers for 5 or something? It is? Okay, sure. Or for 3, whatever, yeah, sure. Alright, so that's... Alright, yep. Not, Not... Ooh, alright, so let's play... I don't even know, I'm just a little... Floobergoosed it. I don't even want to do that. I actually don't want to do anything, so alright. Grief. Yep. This is the fabled, the mythical stick fingers that's, I don't know. I don't know what to make of this. It's not even like mono giant reanimate targets. It's just random stuff. You don't have a swamp? Wow. Inquisition? Yeah, alright, yep. All you. Balagate Recovery, a discard spell? Alright, they're doing the same thing the last Stick Fingers player did. But I don't know if it's going to work out as much as my opponent wants it to here. Yeah, Drawn on the Lock is a good card here, I think. This also doesn't stop Teferi from immediately winning the game, which it currently is doing that, so... I can LARP. We're gonna LARP. We're LARPing. Alright, they blocked. Tragic. And untap. Inquisition is not enough. Also, the things they're reanimating are not winning the game anyways, so I can't say I'm terribly concerned about it anyways, if they were to remove all of my answers. All right. Yep. Don't know what the idea is when you're putting like random stuff in here. I like the idea of a bunch of giant things to reanimate, right? That's why you're spamming discard spells, I guess. But like, if you put this into play, it's not good enough to stop Teferi anyways. So Teferi ultimates, and then I just win. Yeah, I did not need Dark Rituals to win this game. That's kind of the moral of the story, but obviously it put a game-ending clock into play. Very strange. Very strange. Like, it wasn't even just Gristlebrand, other giant thing, other giant thing. It was just Priest of Gix. Oh, that's wild. I don't know what Priest of Gix is doing. I don't know what that's doing. There has to be a combo. Like, Priest of Gix is just insane. Alright, so Jetmir doesn't care about Kaya. That's unfortunate. Midnight Clock? What about it? Alright. If it's 1 into 3, I guess we never had a game anyways. Okay, we sort of have a game again. There's no reason to not play this land, so... Fatal Push, does that change anything at all? Not really. No, not really. I think I'm still losing. The only thing I can do here is stop red mana, and I just have to oh wait, no, I have Void Rend now. Never mind. I do not die to Jetmir. Alright, we're good. We're as good as we can be, unless we're not that good. But Jetmir would obviously destroy my booty hole there, so... Ooh. I mean, if my opponent's plan is to reanimate Priest of Gix, with reanimate specifically, you would A, need reanimate in your hand, and you would B, need to specifically mill Priest of Gix. So, like, no, that's not what they're doing. Alright, you need exactly 2 they don't have it. Alright, rip. I was gonna say, my opponent needed 2 rabbits right then and there to keep this game going. I didn't have it. I'm gonna exile them 1 at a time because it doesn't matter, and it just gains me more life. There's just no reason to exile 2 cards. Doesn't do anything. Well, I mean, it actually can if they have some crazy card that reanimates their graveyard, so that could be wrong. I don't know. Maybe the life gain? No, the life is important though. I will say. That is not a rabbit. Ooh, wait. Ooh, I don't do anything. I don't know, I'm getting confused here. Alright, yep. Wait a minute, that doesn't even work. Where'd it go? There it is. This doesn't work with Jetmir. You just, like, play Jetmir and you lose your whole board. If Jetmir's already in play, you cannot cast this then. But maybe if Jetmir is in play, you don't actually have to cast it, because you're winning with the army of rabbits, or whatever. But, yeah, it's just like the rat deck that you actually don't even see anymore. I just don't see the mono-black infinite rat tokens. It's just this thing now. It's the exact same thing with kind of a slower clock than the rats, because the rats can kill you very quickly. These don't kill you super fast. But they're in white, so you can kind of play a commander that offsets that a little bit. But it's just a one-trick deck. It ain't that deep. Kaya's life gain has been useful. For 3 mana, there are not a lot of cards that go that crazy. Alright, I think I've had my fill of this. The last few opponents have been kind of weird. It's been weird. Been very strange. I've also encountered the entire spectrum of what you expect to play against, so I don't think I'm going to find anything deep if I played another 10 games. Storm Slayer. I think Delny is good, and I do like Jetmir as well. Jetmir gives you access to some really good red cards and, well, the green thing. But you don't have to play the green thing if you don't want to with Jetmir. With Hair apparent. Normally, I think Jetmir as mono green is at its best. But anyways. Okay, so Y'shtola as a card is cool and interesting, but it just kind of, like, I can't... If I say it sucks, people are going to get, like, a little torn up about that, specifically saying it sucks, but it just sucks in Historic Brawl, because when you play it, your opponent will probably just kill it, because it might, or most likely, be the only creature you've played, and then if it dies, you're like, well, I can't really afford to defend it, because my counterspells have to stop me from losing the game, from whatever my opponent is interested in doing. Another issue is, if you do ever bump into the green player, which is 70% of your matchups, and they have, like, on the play 1-drop into turn 2, 3 mana card, you sort of just lose the game. You kind of need to kill it every single time, to the point where I probably just want more removal than I had. That's early. But the more you take away from Y'shtola, the less relevant it is. That's why you have a massive mountain of 3-mana cards. When Y'shtola is in play and you are doing the thing, it is kind of satisfying, right? If your opponent smacks you, that is drawing a card. You can't exactly get smacked that much and continue the game, though, but it does happen. You just lose 4 from your opponent swinging at you, and then you draw a card. I didn't actually consider that when I had done the intro, but still... not really that great. There were a few games I just said, I'm going to cast it, screw it, I want to play it, I want it in play, I don't care what happens. Then my opponent kills it, and then I don't have a counterspell to stop whatever they're going to do, and then I just lost. So, for the sake of having it in play for content's sake, not a good idea. It didn't really work out, but it's kind of just one of those commanders that has that issue. The deck as a whole was fine, right? All of the 3-mana cards felt okay. Kaya was probably the weirdest looking one in here, or one of the more strange ones. But the life gain on this card is kind of significant when there is a degree of paying life, sort of, to not lose the game when you're doing all that thing, and, you know, if you want the card draw to matter. This is probably the most you can ask for from a card that gains life that costs 3 mana, right? That also isn't a creature, right? There's the 2/4 cleric thing, Angel, whatever, Valkyrie, that gains a bajillion life. But this, as a non-creature permanent, it's pretty solid. The Graveyard Hate does sporadically come up, right? The incidental whatnot, and the -5 is kind of funny. The -1, still pretty solid. Exiling Mana Dorks and stuff has a viable nature, like, especially if you Chrome Mox or Gemstone Cavern, you can play it early enough to truly impact some kind of early thing there. But Graveyard Hate, for the most part, doesn't really matter, right? That's not, nothing has changed from yesterday. Graveyard Hate is not something you should play for the sake of Graveyard Hate. There's the format is not there yet. It's getting there, maybe, but it's not. Don't play Graveyard Hate just because that's what it does. The 1s and 2s were okay. It's kind of just the best of the bunch. I probably had a few more cards that would have made sense that I could have ran. A big one for a deck like this is probably Ghostly Prison. I do really like Ghostly Prison. It is a mythic rare, which is extremely lame, so I don't have it, but I'm a huge fan of Ghostly Prison. I can't say there's a... Wait, let me just triple check that. I can't say there's a lot of decks that truly care that much about this card, but the ones that do care about it, this is so annoying to play against. There's a few cards that do something similar to this card. There's like a blue one. I think it's called Propaganda. Oh. I don't actually know if it's in the game. Is it not? It looks like it's not. Alright, it looks like we don't have propaganda. Assuming I'm spelling it right. But I just like that kind of effect. It's a lot scarier for your opponents, or more annoying in like multiplayer. But 1v1, it's alright, right? But it's sort of like Rhystic Study. If you have one opponent, it's not nearly as impactful as a bunch, but ripskis. The Planeswalker stuff is great in Esper Control. Not much to say about that, except maybe there are just play more Planeswalkers. I actually ended up taking out 7-mana Kaya. It didn't seem like I was ever going to get to 7 mana, and if I ever did, I'm not sure it's possible to just windmill slam a 7-mana card and then have maybe a decent 3 or minus on it, or like a 0 or plus, and expect to pass back to your opponent and them not just win the game immediately because you tapped out for a 7-mana card. Overwhelming Splendor, obviously an exception to that, because it can just stop a massive amount of what your opponents might be trying to do. This is a serious win condition for this kind of deck. You can just win when you cast this. It is sort of a 1-mana win the game against a fair amount of the things that you expect to play against. But green can answer it, right? And that's the most prolific thing. I did lose to a 1-ring, actually, in a spot where, like, normally 1-ring doesn't win the game, right? I know that might sound weird, but from my experience, this card, if played early enough in a grindy back-and-forth game, will probably win the game. But it usually wins so quickly that it doesn't tap 4 times. But I had played against someone where they played it, and I'm like, alright, our only out is it kills them. And the value it vomits after you draw 4, 5, and 6. You're just getting a new hand every turn. It's not too difficult to prevent yourself from dying to this before your opponent just is going to lose. I think that's really about it. I just can't really recommend it. You know, if you like Esper Control, there you go. You can play this. It's not really the best Esper commander. It's not maybe the worst one. I don't really know what the worst one is. Is this even all of them? Doesn't look right at all. What if I clicked... What if I did that? Oh, I suppose you can consider 5-mana commanders. You just put them in that spot. Like, you just put a Traxa in here, and just be like, alright, there you go. But, the matchups were interesting. I saw a lot of weird stuff, I will admit. There were certainly a lot of weird stuff going on. The Raffine is definitely the creature variant of this. I forgot about Raffine. If you want to do, like, mid-range Esper beatdowns, there you go. But, yeah, I don't know. It does what it does, and it doesn't do any more than that or any less. Pretty straightforward. I don't really have that much to say about it. I feel like everything I've said in the intro ended up being true, and so yeah, that's really all I've got for you. It's okay, I guess. It's not great. It's definitely no Teferi or anything, but if you really care about your bracket, it's in a safe bracket. You know, I did see Tat Yova and blue-green degen nonsense, so that always felt like a bit of an uphill battle for this kind of deck. But other than the bracket your commander's in, you could just play a different commander and with the same kind of list and just be a happier person. But yeah, it's cool when it works. I'll say that. It's cool when it's in play and it's doing the thing, which I think only happened 3 or 4 of the 20,000 games I played. So, yep, that's it. Let me know what you thought about it. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. You crafted Ghostly Prison? Well, if only you could let people borrow your cards. If only you could do that. That would be great. I don't even know if Ancient Tomb felt good here. We could have made Ancient Tomb feel better if I had more 3-mana cards that had 2 generic mana in the casting cost, it would have made it feel better for sure. But as it stood, it didn't actually help me cast a lot of cards in this deck. I still think it's really good, but not that great. Yeah, if you could gift cards, there would just be like an army of bots that would just like farm and then move their bot farmed cards. Like you just make a new account, get the, bot farm the quests, and then just gift the cards over, which is completely shatter the economy of this game. So there's no way they're doing that. All right, let's buy 8 space packs because why not? Actually, on the bright side of this new set, there actually isn't that much I want out of it. So this could be like a 2 months or 3 months? 3 months window of like. Wait, there's a new set every 2 months. There's 6 sets a year now. Oh, content vomit, man. Other than these like really good lands, which I think I kind of have all the really, really, really good ones. Reflecting Pool is alright. And not at its best, though. Yeah, I kind of have all the ones I'd want anyways. Like, this one already exists. Dust Bowl already exists. Does Crystal Quarry exist? I'm not actually sure. I do kind of like Raging Ravine. I don't think the rest of them are exciting, though. I am a fan of Raging Ravine, though. Celestial Colonnade. Yeah, like the new set, I kind of have all the cards I want out of it. Full stop. Maybe this guy is interesting, but I'm not really dead set or interested in getting this guy. I don't think... This dude seems worse to me than the other one. The one that whenever you commit a crime, you make 2 zombies. It just feels like a better version of this. Yeah, I think it also has ward or something on it. Well, we know how Zoo works. Quantum Riddler is a good card, I'll say that. Maybe not in Historic Brawl as much, but still. There's decks like Urion and whatnot. I like that card. But, oh, this is another one. I actually would like the first copy of this card. I like this. Tutor a Legendary Creature. That one's alright. But, yeah, so there's like 2 rares and no mythics from this set that I really want at all. So this could just be a 2-month bracket window where I just stockpile currency. I just feel like the Spider-Man set or whatever. The bright thing, it's kind of funny about Spider-Man is like I think it's kind of weird and lame that Spider-Man's showing up, but Spider-Man is one of my favorite heroes, so it's kind of cool. Now in Magic Arena, it's not Spider-Man, but yeah. The sets are also like, I mean, how many cards are in the space set? $400? That doesn't sound right at all. 400? No, that's not 400. Contains 390... Oh, when including all the art variants and stuff. I don't care about that. How many unique cards? 276. So there's 276 cards in this set. Man. The power level of a lot of these cards is not super high. I would think that's kind of nice going forward. Like just having... Oh, well, I mean, it did come out with Ancient Tomb and stuff, but like other than... I mean, this isn't really a new card. Like Tezzeret's insane in Vintage. Cosmogoyf seems pretty solid, actually. What else have I seen that I thought was like genuinely good? Outside of just Historic Brawl. Quantum Riddler seems solid. I've seen Light stall Inquisitor a couple times. I've seen, I think, this. No, I haven't seen that. I haven't seen that. Standard is completely swamped by VV, so it's hard for the new cards to get breathing room. VV's just like 80% of the meta or something like ridiculous. It's actually insane. Haven't seen it that skewed in like over 10 years. Alright, I'm out of here. Enough rambling. GG's, chat.